Grudge Match is back again, bringing you more comic-fueled goodness. Hello and welcome one and all to the show where comic character showdowns are hypothesized between characters who wouldn't normally get the chance to throw down. For today's episode, we're stepping into the future to pit two heroes who have taken the reins of lasting legacies against one another. From Marvel, it's the web-slinger of tomorrow, SpiderMan 2099, and from DC, the future Dark Knight, Batman Beyond. These two characters are very similar in that they are both new characters who, upon finding a lot of crime and injustice in the world around them, decided to take up the mantle of a hero from the past in order to set things right. And it's not just them who are hearkening back to heroes from the past, but they both often found themselves going against reimagined futuristic versions of classic villains, such as the Joker Gang, or a future version of Scorpion or the Hobgoblin. Taking a look at Spider-Man 2099 first, this character's name is Miguel O'Hara. He was a geneticist who invented a new way of recombining DNA, had to end up using it on himself to save his life, and ended up combining his DNA with that of a spider. He was created in 1992, and most of his powers that he developed mirrored that of the original Spider-Man Peter Parker. He had the proportional strength, speed, and agility of a spider, superhuman strength to lift approximately 10 tons, and wall-crawling abilities, web-slinging abilities that were built right into his wrist, unlike Peter Parker, who had to create web shooters himself. One difference and one power of Peter Parker's that Miguel O'Hara is missing is that he does not have a spider sense as an early warning system to let him know when danger is about. So that makes his fighting crime a bit more challenging in that he has a much higher probability of enemies landing hits against him because he doesn't have that early warning system to allow him to avoid attacks quite so easily. He has a couple of things that the original Spider-Man didn't. He has poison fangs that allow him to deliver a paralytic agent by biting somebody, and he also has retractable talons in his fingertips. That's how he actually crawls along walls, whereas the original Spider-Man could just stick to any surface. Spider-Man 2099 actually has to dig his retractable talons into things in order to climb. This also can work for him in combat, as he can use those as claws and offensive weapons. Batman Beyond was created in 1999, and his real name is Terry McGinnis. We've come to find out later that he is actually the biological son of the original Batman, Bruce Wayne, and that it was the machinations of Amanda Waller who decided that there needed to be a continued Batman presence in the world, so she set a lot of things in motion that ultimately ended up resulting in Terry McGinnis being Bruce Wayne's biological son and giving him a lot of life experiences that would lead him to want to fight crime. He ended up helping an aging Batman fight off some of the Joker gang, and then Batman collapsed and Terry McGinnis had to help him get back into the Batcave and save his life. And that's how he found out who Batman really was. He decided he wanted to take over as Batman, and Bruce Wayne reluctantly at first agreed to help him. Now, he uses the hyper-advanced, futuristic Batman Beyond battlesuit, which comes with a variety of weapons and skills and abilities built right into it. It allows him a certain degree of superhuman strength, only up to about 1 ton worth of superhuman strength though. It also provides him with enhanced durability, it's bulletproof, it can withstand impacts of great force from really superhumanly strong opponents, and it does have just a wide array of various weaponry built right into it. He can fire batarangs out of his wrist gauntlets, as well as smoke bombs, flashbang grenades. He has laser blasts built into the wrists. He has electrical discharges for tasing and stunning opponents. He has a cloaking device, which allows him to become almost completely invisible. He has rocket boots and wings that extend from the back that allow him to fly and be very agile in combat. He has claws that can retract from his fingertips, much like Spider-Man 2099 does, that he can use in combat. And then he also has a wide assortment of scanning devices and detective equipment built into the suit as well. He also is in constant contact with Bruce Wayne back in the Batcave, and that allows him to have somebody who can instantly look up information for him and give him advice in any given situation. However, since grudge matches are always one-on-one and no help can be utilized, that would be something that would be cut off from Batman Beyond for the course of this fight. He would have to go it alone without Batman in his ear telling him what to do. So even though Batman Beyond, with the use of the Batman tech suit, does have advanced physical capabilities, strength, speed, and agility, it's not quite to the level of Spider-Man 2099, who is faster, stronger, and probably more durable and agile as well. So in terms of powers, Spider-Man 2099 takes it. But where Batman Beyond makes up for that ground is in the versatility of the weaponry and technology that his suit provides. Whereas Spider-Man 2099 is going to rely on his physical skills in order to try to win the match, Batman Beyond can fall back on using a number of different weaponries and cloaking device, shielding himself with smoke bombs, flashbang grenades, all kinds of stuff that he can bring into the fight as well. So the question becomes, which would prove to be the more potent thing to use? Greater physical skills or greater weaponry? So now, having looked at the backstories, the powers, the skills, and abilities of these two characters, we can now determine a winner. That winner is going to be Batman Beyond. The reason Batman is going to take the win in this grudge match is because of the greater versatility that his Batman gadgetry allows him. One thing that is a drawback for Miguel O'Hara, his spider powers give him enhanced senses, especially enhanced vision. This has a drawback of making his vision very sensitive to light changes. One of the things Batman has in his arsenal are flashbang grenades. If he at any time breaks these out in order to stun or disorient Spider-Man, that's going to have a severely potent effect on Spider-Man 2099. Additionally, he can use things like electrical discharges to stun and tase Spider-Man, or laser blasts in order to do physical damage to him. His batarangs can be not just thrown, but fired off from his wrist-mounted gauntlets, which could cut Spider-Man's webbing and force him to fall out of the air. Smoke bombs could shield himself from Spider-Man's vision, as well as being able to completely cloak himself and almost go completely invisible, which would allow him an element of surprise in the fight. Where Spider-Man might be physically more powerful, stronger, and faster, the tech and weaponry that Batman's suit affords him would give him just a slight advantage over Spider-Man in this fight. This is another one of those matches that is very close and very difficult to determine, and it could easily go either way, but ultimately, better weaponry and better tech, as well as a wide assortment of fighting skills and a lot of experience taking on much more powerful foes that Batman Beyond has done throughout his career, is going to give Terry McGinnis, the son of Bruce Wayne, the future Dark Knight, the Batman Beyond, the win of this grudge match. So message me down below, let me know what you think of the outcome of this, and any suggestions for future episodes, and we'll see everyone next time on the next edition of Grudge Match.